Hello guys and welcome back. Well, today we're going to talk a little bit about our activities, how many times we do it or how often we do them. So, I was checking yesterday and I was speaking with my family that actually we do a lot of activities all the time. So we were like, okay, how often do we do these activities? For example, like my brother is like, I take a shower. I'm like, how often do you take a shower? And he says, well, I always take a shower, but it's not true. I've seen him take a shower like once a week. So we were speaking about all of these activities and we said, okay, how often do we practice English? Because actually my family members are practicing their English very often. So we said, my mom said, I always practice English. I don't believe her, but maybe she does. Who knows? So I always practice English. If you see here, we're not saying every day I practice English because we can use a frequency, okay? This kind of form is an adverb that we can use so that we can say how many times or how often we do the activity, okay? How often? Always. What is always? Every day. Or maybe we can say, I always practice English once a week, okay? Depending on how specific you want to be. So we can add this, or if I put, I always practice English, it means that every day I practice English, okay? So after that, we can also use other kind of words. For example, we have here always. Always is 100% that most of the time I do it, okay? It's not like one day yes, one day no, okay? Then we have usually. Usually similar to always, but there will always be one time that, or once that I don't do it, okay? For example, I usually take the bus, okay? I usually take the bus. It's very often or frequently that I take the bus, but sometimes maybe I wake up late or my bus doesn't pass. I'm going to usually take the bus, okay? So that's when we use usually, when maybe once a month, once a week, something happens, okay? Normally is an activity that we do that it's a basic activity that is not common, like, you always do it. No, it's just like a normal activity, okay? For example, I normally do my homework, okay? Sometimes I do it another day, so I normally do it, okay? Also, we can use frequently. I frequently do my homework. It's similar to normally, okay? But let's say an activity that I don't really do, okay? That maybe is like a 5%, is that I rarely cook my breakfast, okay? In the mornings, I really don't like to cook. I don't like to wake up too early to do my breakfast. Maybe I do my lunch, but not my breakfast. So I rarely cook my breakfast, okay guys? So if you see here, maybe if I'm in a good mood or if I wake up early, I do my breakfast, okay? I cook it. So now, there's also one thing that I never do in my life, is that I never eat sushi, okay? I hate sushi with all of my heart, so I never eat sushi. If somebody tells me, I will give you $15 if you eat sushi, I won't do it. I don't like sushi, guys. So that's an action that never in my life maybe in the past, maybe in the present, maybe in the future, I will never do, okay guys? So I never eat sushi. So this is when we describe actions, guys. When we describe actions, we say, how often do you? For example, how often do you brush your hair? Okay? Well, I always brush my hair. How often do you wash your hair? There are some famous people and actually normal people that don't like to wash their hair daily. They wash it once, one day no, or maybe 2 days later. Well, I wash my hair every day, so I always wash my hair. Or for example, how often do you do exercise? Well, I rarely do exercise, so it's normal, guys, okay? Now, if we're saying how often do you, we can also use it in expressions, okay? For example, how often are you stressed out? Okay, let's put it here. How often are you stressed out? Okay, well, there are some people that have a lot of jobs or have a lot of work and they are super stressed. So they can say, I am always stressed out. Okay, if you see here, this is not an action. We're actually describing an emotion, a feeling, okay, or a description, most of all. I am always stressed out. So whenever we talk about our emotions, we're always going to use I am. It's incorrect to say I always stressed out. Okay, we have to say I am always stressed out. Okay, also we can say, how often are you hungry, guys? Okay, for example, my stomach is always so no. Okay, so we're going to say I am usually hungry. Okay, so if you see here, it's the same thing. Here we're using I am for my description, okay? Also, we can use third people. For example, how often is my sister sleepy? Like, oh no. Well, my sister, or she, is rarely sleepy. Okay, so if you see here, it's the same process, just that she is going to be she is. Okay, now also we can use, for example, in general. For example, the teachers. How often are the teachers happy? Well, they are, let's say, they are never, asked Kitty. They are always happy. Okay, so you see here, we're using they are. Okay, guys, only for descriptions. But if I use actions, is how often do you? How often do you teach English classes? I can always say, I usually teach English classes. How often do the teachers practice their English? The teachers always practice their English. Okay, guys? So if you have any questions, return to the video and have a wonderful day.